Hi there and welcome to Most Buffalo. I'm Lauren Hall and it is a very busy week here in Western New York with lots of events, and Visit Buffalo Niagara's Patrick Kaler is here now to break down some of them. We're going to start with Brains and Grains at Silo City, Patrick.
That's right. Silo City is one of my favorite places, and Duende is, I just think is just so symbolic of Buffalo and our whole recreation. But they have something fun this week, and I'll also repeat next month, but it's Brains and Grains. It's a trivia night on Wednesday, and it starts at 6 p.m. and admission will get you a free drink as well. But, you know, put together a team and go compete and do some live trivia at Duende at Silo City.
If people are unfamiliar with Silo City or Duende, can you kind of set the scene?
Oh, I mean, it's just part of our industrial renaissance, if you will, of repurposing all of those buildings and the silos. And, you know, throughout the entire year, there's so many different activations that are taking place. But Duende is a little bar that's right there at the site. But, you know, right now they're converting some of the buildings into some apartments. There are live concerts that take place, some art installations. So it's just really a very unique place that's what I think is just truly Buffalo.
Absolutely, yeah. Most Buffalo for sure. Feels kind of magical down there in a way, yes. Another person that's most Buffalo is Bills safety DeMar Hamlin. He is having the honor this week of being part of UB's Distinguished Speaker Series. Yeah,
so we love DeMar and, you know, his whole recovery and everything that he's been doing ever since, you know, getting back to full strength, playing football. But he's so philanthropic in everything that he does. You know, again, in 2023, he launched the CPR tour through his Chasing M Foundation. He has set up a scholarship fund for the heroes in Cincinnati who, you know, truly saved his life. And he's just, you know, a great guy. And I think this is a fantastic tribute that he's part of the UB Distinguished Speaker Series on Thursday at 7 p.m. at the UB Center for the Arts.
And many times these are internationally or nationally renowned speakers, but we have a hometown guy participating this week.
For sure, yeah, and I think that's really cool. And you can buy tickets online for that.
Very nice. This is for anyone who has a home project in their mind this spring. That's anyone with a home, really. The Buffalo Home Show is happening weekend number 2 at the Buffalo Convention Center.
That's right. Weekend number 2, we had almost 10,000 people go through the convention center, 2 floors of over 300 exhibitors talking about all the things that people can do for their homes. This weekend, Craig Conover from Southern Charm and Summer House a little bit as well, and Winter.
Maybe not so much anymore.
House. Yeah. He's going to be there, and he has a great shop in South Carolina and Charleston selling pillows. But again, lots of other folks that'll be there doing some demonstrations and displays. Again, tickets can be purchased online, and children under 5 are free.
And again, a mix of local vendors and non-local?
Absolutely, yes.
Who are all coming in and help you with your home and garden. If people do want to see Craig from Southern Charm, Bravo fans out there, do you know when he's going to be there?
Do you know? I don't know the actual times, but it's on,
meet and
it's
greets
online.
and everything, and he'll be there Friday and Saturday.
Exactly.
Okay, awesome. Also happening this weekend, it's Double Parade Weekend, St. Patrick's Day, Old First Ward Parade on Saturday, and then the Downtown Buffalo Parade on Sunday.
That's right. So this is obviously my favorite holiday of the year.
Of course.
But as you said, 2 St. Patrick's Day parades. This is what puts Buffalo in the top 5 of all cities across the country that celebrate St. Patrick's Day. So on Saturday in the Old First Ward at 11 a.m. and then on Sunday downtown at 2 p.m. Starting at City Hall going north up Delaware Avenue.
I love the Corgis.
I do too.
They're one of
it's
my
so much
favorite
fun.
parts.
And the Irish dancers and the music, it's just a lot of fun.
And again, a reminder that the Old First Ward is earlier this year.
That's right. So there's a time change this year.
11 a.m. And if you're looking to finish off the weekend with a little bit of live entertainment, Shays has something for you. This is happening Sunday night, and it's Dirty Dancing in concert.
In concert. So they're going to be showing the movie, but they're going to have a live band and singers and probably some dancers as well, because you can't do Dirty Dancing without some live dancing. But as you said, this is a great way to cap off the weekend. It's 7:30 at Shays, and tickets can be purchased online.
I just love to see that type of movie experience when you see the film on the big screen and then you get the live music.
I do too. I think it's a fun way to experience it. And again, with the live music that's playing and then people actually singing on stage, it just brings the whole movie to a different level.
You can have the time of your life.
That's right.
Patrick, where can people find more information about all these events and everything else happening this spring and summer?
That's right. So we're going to go to visitbuffaloniagara.com and follow us on all the social media platforms. Visit Buffalo Niagara. Patrick
Kaler is the president and CEO of Visit Buffalo Niagara. Thanks so much for joining us here on Most Buffalo.
Thanks for having me.
And this Women's History Month, we're shining a spotlight on a local women-owned tattoo shop that's shaking things up. They are on a mission to change the way that people think about getting a tattoo, and it might not be what you'd expect. Our Natalie Foss stopped by to chat with the owner and find out what makes their approach so different.
Ink Euphoria on Main Street is not your average tattoo shop.
Hopefully when people come in, they feel safe, they feel warm.
Owner Jessica Miller, or Summer Days to her clients, started Ink Euphoria on her own, but knew quickly she wanted to expand the business.
I started out as a private studio over on Elmwood in Allentown and wanted to grow and form a family of tattoo artists. So in later time expanded over to Main Street, where we now host for several artists, including a piercer.
She added 3 other artists, all women, to her team. Her main goal is to make sure everyone who walks in the door feels comfortable.
I wanted to create a safe space for individuals that, I personally feel needed more of that more peaceful and closer and more friendly environment.
Each of Ink Euphoria's artists specialize in their own type of artwork. Miller says they have any vibe you're looking for.
We got some really cool, creepy, witchy vibes. We got, fairy, magical vibes. We got, new school, trippy vibes, and, anime.
They are also firm in the belief that no matter your skin tone, you should be able to get the tattoo of your dreams.
We've had people come in to say that many other shops may have refused them or told them that they cannot get particular colors in a tattoo.
Her artists are all trained in color theory in order to make any guest's vision a reality.
At the end of the day, everyone should deserve to be given a tattoo. No one should be rejected for a tattoo just because they're of a darker complexion or be told that they can't get something because of their darker complexion.
Miller says they connect with other women-owned businesses in the area as well.
A lot of us connect through different avenues, whether it's being a part of different forums, different groups, different community activities.
She added that connecting with the community is important to her and her artists.
Even ladies' night, paint nights and things like that, just to continue to kind of branch out and weave out into the community to let them know hey, we're cool here. We want you guys, we want to connect with you guys as well. And we just kind of try to keep that really close and knit.
On your side, Natalie Foss, Channel 2 News.
Thank you, Natalie. And on this Women's History Month, there is some new art on display at Oshai Children's Hospital celebrating women's accomplishments. The Western New York Making History artwork was created using personal artifacts from more than 300 women and girls. The artwork was created by students across Buffalo working with the Buffalo Art Studio's Jumpstart program. Over here with Jen now, and I love this. That's actually the hospital where I had Daisy last year. And you really do appreciate all of the art that goes into making being in the hospital just a little bit more of a beautiful experience.
So lively.
Yes.
Love all the different pieces of
especially
artwork.
for Oshai to have it connected with not only women for Women's History Month, but also students and children, because that's what that hospital is all about.
Great all tie-in. Hey, happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
It felt a little slow this morning. Was that the same
A
for you?
little bit.
Now with
Yes.
the sunshine and temperatures in the 50s.
Yeah.
I mean, expected for a lot of this week. So
Yes, my husband said to me last night, it feels like St. Patrick's Day. And that's a big feeling to get to in Buffalo, to get to this point of the year.
We're seeing most of that snowpack gone now, so we are definitely going to continue to see that. And it definitely feels like this week, even looking at the forecast, we're on our way nicely into spring.
And you probably noticed, but the clocks jumped forward across most of the U.S. for the start of daylight savings time.
Yes, this weekend they jumped 1 hour forward, so the switch happened 2 a.m. Sunday morning, which means we lost an hour of sleep. But hey, brighter evenings, as we were just talking about, are finally here. And the sunset now is about 7:15 to 7:30 p.m. now this week, and then sunrise because we're getting close to the equinox.
Yes.
So we got the 12 hours of daylight.
So you said, did you feel it more yesterday? I felt it more today.
I think
This
today.
morning, yeah.
Actually, because the clocks, a lot of them are still an hour.
Oh, yeah,
hour
totally,
behind.
yeah.
But yeah, thankfully now it seems like a lot of the clocks do adjust on their own, especially with the cell phones.
Most
but my
of them
car,
do. The cars
my car
never
will
do.
stay
Yep.
for a while.
The car, I actually did it yesterday.
It'll just stay.
Yeah.
Although this way it's nice. You're like, oh, I got an extra
Right.
hour. When you fall back, you're like, oh no,
Right.
I'm really late.
Right, exactly.
But not the case when you spring forward.
I know, it's just it's just an hour, but it really
You get
makes
used
such
to
a
it,
difference.
especially with the kids. Wait till they start school.
So
till
far,
Jesus
it was
starts
okay
school.
with her. Yeah, so far, I did see something that made me laugh over the weekend. It said, why did they have to take it from our sleep over the weekend? Why can't they take the hour at like 11 a.m. on Monday instead and just fast forward to noon? Would anyone even notice?
Ooh.
Why did they have to make us lose an hour of sleep over the weekend?
I wonder if that'd be more confusing. I think
know,
at the weekend
yeah.
it's kind of like, oh, okay,
Right.
around. Although when you're working over the weekend, then it's like, wait a minute.
It always
gotta
impacts
still-
somebody.
But at least it's overnight,
Yes.
so then you kind of
Right.
wake up to a change,
A new time.
rather than figuring it out during
Yeah.
the day. I don't know.
And I know, something to
Maybe-
think
maybe
about.
that's something good
I
to
know,
research.
I know. So another thing involving numbers, Josh Allen making the headlines. This is huge. He locked up a new contract extension, a huge one. It includes the most guaranteed money of any deal in NFL history, $250 million. The extension will keep him in Buffalo through at least 2030. ESPN's Adam Schefter reports that the deal is for 6 years and worth $330 million.
Oh, so you said $250 million.
Well, $250 million of it is guaranteed.
Dang.
So when you break it down year by year, he's
Wow.
tied for second highest paid QB, tied with Joe Burrow and just behind Dallas's Dak Prescott. These contracts are kind of a blessing and a
$250
curse.
million?
Well, definitely a blessing in terms of that,
Is
but
million or billion? That's,
but then he's got. I mean, it's kind of like, all right,
jeez.
what can you show us for that?
Yay,
can you
football.
deliver? Right.
Yay, football.
Jen's gonna get her kids out
time.
practicing throwing the football
Whew,
after this.
That's a lot. All right, visitors got to see the Buffalo Zoo's newest resident, or is this your read?
Oh,
Whatever.
go ahead.
Doesn't matter, right? Newest
can take
resident
it.
up close and personal this weekend. Now, Sangari, the male tiger, got a warm welcome at the Buffalo Zoo. He is just over a year old and comes to the zoo from St. Louis Zoo as part of the species survival plan. And while he's still adjusting to his new home, zookeepers say he's already showing his personality. Yay,
very
more
handsome.
new animals here.
Yeah, and they said they're gonna get him a mate soon. So that's part of the species survival plan. But right now
baby's
he's just,
going.
getting used to the new digs. And I drove by the zoo yesterday, Delaware Park, and it looked like there was not a parking spot to be had. So I thought, oh, I bet everyone's going to see the new tiger.
And also
just walking around
Delaware
the park,
'cause
yeah.
As soon as the weather changes, you see people at the parks like crazy.
Flock there.
It's
Oh,
awesome.
yes.
We got the lion cubs, a year or two ago.
yeah. We're
and
just
now
waiting
we
on
got
those
more.
baby polar bears.
Uh,
That will be the most
is that,
exciting.
Is that in the cards, I wonder?
They're hoping.
Oh,
They're hoping. Speaking of animals, we also have an eagle cam to check on in Wyoming County. Right now, the eagle parents are Oreo and York. They're keeping a close eye on their egg. They were laid last month, the eggs. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife says that it takes about 35 days for them to hatch. So fingers crossed, we should be seeing some fluffy little eaglets any day now. They're so cute.
When I first heard of these cameras, at first I was like, okay, how interesting could that be? And then you start watching, and it's actually quite fascinating.
It is her. I'm assuming that's the mom sitting on the eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there she is. When she turns her beak to the side, you can just tell she is locked in. She's not letting anything happen to those eggs.
And then when the babies are hatching,
Yeah.
and you're saying, stay in the nest, stay in the nest.
I know.
And they'll
then
bring
they
the
go
little
get the
fish,
food.
and then
I
they eat
know.
it.
And
It is
yeah.
actually really fascinating.
Oh, I know. I can't wait to see. So we'll keep you posted as they hatch. I don't know how many are in there, but I don't even know if we know because she's sitting on them for now, protecting them. So we'll find out.
I wasn't always interested in bird watching, but I think I really, well, it's become more of something I really enjoy now.
Do you
over
have
the
the app
years.
that tells you what the bird is and what the sound that it makes and everything?
Yes. I do.
That's how you know.
Yeah, I think too is you can appreciate calming down a little
Yeah.
more and just being outside doing nothing. Then you can
Nature.
appreciate just that,
And they're
like literally
chirping.
just sitting there,
Yes.
and enjoying what's around you. more.
Absolutely. Well, we have more to come here on Most Buffalo. That's when we return. We'll see you right after this. Back here on Most Buffalo with Mostly Interesting, this is amazing video. Over the weekend, college women's basketball stole the sports spotlight, especially because of a pretty wild moment and a wild save. So Texas is playing Ole Miss, and during the game, Madison Booker from Texas loses her shoe right there on the court. She's still able to get a rebound, and the best part is that her teammate was able to pick the shoe up, toss it back to her while the game is still going on, then go straight for the score. Shoe or no shoe, they were not missing that play. So they got the rebound, they got the score, and she got her shoe back in the middle of all that and got it back on her foot.
Awesome. Hey, basketball. Hey, tossing the basketball, tossing the shoe. I mean,
women's basketball.
Keep it going.
Women's,
Multitasking.
women.
Yep.
Multitasking everywhere, on the court, off the court, in every sense of the word. I love that.
Great.
I love that so much. All right, are we going to Jen's pictures next?
I think so. So over the weekend,
Here we
we're talking
go,
about
yeah.
what we're doing. So we went across the border, Niagara on the Lake, Niagara Park. It was a girls' weekend. There's my daughter
Looks
Elizabeth,
so
and we
fun.
just had so much fun going to the butterfly conservatory. And there's like 2,000 butterflies flying everywhere. You can see one in the background too, and one was just hanging out on me.
This is kind of like what we were talking about.
Like 20 minutes.
Wow, and this is a similar experience is coming to the botanical garden.
Okay, so that literally inspired me to go check out the butterflies.
Yeah. So any tips?
Oh, right. Okay, so they were constantly landing on Elizabeth, which she was kind of half enjoying, half like, okay, there's all these butterflies on me. So she was wearing pink. They say pink, orange, bright colors.
Okay. Oh, like
so she has the strawberry blonde hair, so they were like landing on her head.
Oh.
And then I'm like, okay, how about I just like hug you, and then they'll land on me too. And then citrus too. Okay. So like we had floral, I had a little floral perfume on.
So
and
if it
then
smells like that,
as well.
okay.
And then they'll be drawn to that. So
And
the
they
bright
just hang out.
colors, and they'll just hang out. Yeah, they'll kind of check it out. To see what's going on and then keep flying. But that one was just hanging out, and so I finally passed on to a little girl who was waiting.
And so yeah, if you want to leave, what do you do?
Oh well, so that you definitely have to like walk carefully because
right.
they're landing everywhere.
Really
and
cool.
then you just kind of check yourself and go out the door.
Cool. And that's just over the border in Niagara Falls.
Yeah, very close.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there's more to come here on Most Buffalo when we come back. Back now in Most Buffalo, we all know March is famous for March Madness, but what about March Muttness? There is 39 animal shelters all over the country. They're going head-to-head right now, or should we say tail to tail, to help save some homeless pets. And every year our friends at 10 Lives Club take part in this fundraising competition to try to raise the most money to support their animals. So joining us live in studio are Kimberly LaRussa from 10 Lives Club and Zach Sheldon, founder and owner of Trainwreck Sports. Thanks for being here, guys.
Thanks for having us.
So tell us about March Muttness.
Yes, we're very excited. 10 Lives Club competes every year, as you mentioned, and so we made it to the qualifying round, and then we just made round one, so we're on to round two.
Woohoo!
Yes, so we're so excited. It starts Thursday, and we are looking to raise more donations than our competitor, and then we get to the next round. So we won in 2021, and we haven't won again since, so we're hoping this year we can take home the championship.
Do you think this is the year, Zach?
Buffalo can't always take home a championship, but if we deserve one, it's for charity
It really
and
is,
donating.
yeah.
So let's rally the troops. The battle's only just begun. I don't care if you're from the South Towns. I don't care if you're from the North Towns. Let's get behind 10 Lives Club, just like we did last year. We've shown that nothing is impossible when we rally behind these cats and dogs here at 10 Lives Club.
And we made it into the second round, so how can people help us win?
Yes, so you go to marchmuttness.com and you go and you click on 10 Lives Club and you send in your donation. No donation, every donation, no matter how small or how big, will help us get to the next round. So we
Follow
need
on
your support.
social media. Check out all the awesomeness there.
And who's this?
And this is Patches,
Hello, Patches.
also known
Patch
as
is when he's on the court, Carmiello Anthony.
Oh, got it.
obviously. So
You have
looking
the best
forward,
pet names.
We'll see if Carmiello can deliver big. obviously, in this upcoming March Madness. But I think the 10 Lives Club is going to get it done like they always do.
Amazing. And Kimberly, last time we featured you, we were talking about the sweetest basket raffle. So how did it go? How was it?
Oh, it was a beautiful day. There were amazing family and friends attended. We had dogs from Buddy Second Chance Rescue, kittens from 10 Lives Club. One got adopted, which obviously made me very happy. And as you could see in my face, I was just really moved and had a wonderful time. Zach came.
We could do that every weekend.
Yeah.
Kim rallies the community, whether it's one or another, every day, 365. She deserves it more than anybody else. So more than happy to rally behind Sweet Buffalo.
Yes, we are.
I also do have to help close out the storyline that everyone on Most Buffalo wants to watch right now, and that is that Craig Conover will be at the Buffalo Home Show Friday at 3 p.m. and Saturday at 12 p.m.
That's what we needed to know.
We'll also be on Chippewa if you want to get bottle service, Craig.
And that's,
turning the page.
Thank you, Zach. That's all the time we have today for Most Buffalo. We'll see you back live here on Thursday. Thanks so much for joining us.